Obviously, those are very kind of deep in the water kind of DeFi protocols in Bitcoin, and that still needs to proven themselves. But I think there's an interesting market on that as well. Real world assets is actually a very new sector, right? It didn't really happen in 2021, that last cycle, but it's getting more and more momentum across all kinds of ecosystem. It's not just in Bitcoin, but also all the Ethereum, Solana, all the other proof of stake ecosystem as well. And real world assets is basically find a way to tokenize some kind of a real world assets across Bitcoin mining farms, some kind of social credits, and other ways like even T-bills, right? And to tokenize it, make it like collateral, and the collateral can tap into all kinds of DeFi protocols. And the on-chain version is still, building a bridge and actually figuring out how to tap into the yield on the DeFi side. Or the other way around, because of the interest rate, obviously now it's getting down, but previously on the bear market, right? The crypto holders want to tap into the risk-free kind of, real world yield on the, because of the interest rate, and it was pretty high and so on. So that was kind of other ways to design about it. We find it's very interesting. And there's some kind of earning products that people are designing and can tap into both Web2 and Web3. That's a very important kind of, sectors. There's a lot of, niche products people can build. And it's actually pretty big potential because of all the TradeFi folks tapping into that. Yeah. So these are the 6 sectors I think are very exciting, and most likely will have their product market fit one way or the other. Obviously, people are talking about like NFT marketplace, like gaming, DePIN, many other things, which we find is pretty exciting, and we're happy to support all these use cases. But I think in Bitlayer, our strategic focus is on Bitcoin DeFi, and that's all the area we find it very exciting, and we have quite a lot of traders and users on that part. So for anybody who wants to build on that, we're happy to support with liquidity, with marketing support, with helping out the go-to-market strategy and things like that. Yeah, that's kind of a very TLDR version of my knowledge by building ecosystem in the last 6 months, talking to over hundreds of builders among all kinds of ecosystem, and kind of like some kind of consolidated kind of version of summary. What other things can be built on Bitcoin? Obviously, we don't want to narrow down your imagination or your ideas. Any ideas which you feel is interesting, we're open to talk. But I think at the end of the day, we need to find a product market fit, right? You need to find users actually use a protocol, not just for the hype, but actually for real usage. So yeah, I think DeFi is still the main focus right now, and obviously we're going to expand to other things in the future. Hey, Albert, you're on mute.
No, that was an excellent summary. Thanks for that, Charlie. That's like a really great snapshot of the state of Bitcoin. It's basically like 0.1% built, like 0.1, like not even 1%. it's like it's wide open. I think like definitely DeFi, and like from pure crypto to TradFi to RWA, like the whole gamut is wide open. And just this one like general topic is going to become the largest opportunity that entire crypto or Web3 has ever seen. Up to date, it's going to be massive. But we're on almost day one on that, right? So Charlie, we got a bunch of questions here. All right.
Yeah, feel free to ask anything.
Yeah. So feel free to call on them. Maybe we just go from left to right based on who It's like Lucien, and then Jason, Pedro, Dan, and Andrew, Luis, and Chit. Okay. Wonderful, Robert. All right, let's go.
Hey, Charlie.
Like try to stick with the rule, like the one
question.
Most important question, and you can only ask a follow-up question if it has to do with that question, right?
Sure. So yeah, I usually have a lot. All right, so Charlie, thanks for the insight. And I'm a full stack developer, and I've been working with Ethereum, Solana, XPR network, which is a fork of EOS. If I want to build on Bitcoin, what would you recommend are the 2 best wallets that have browser extensions and maybe also the app, so that I can authenticate?
Say again, the process. What?
So if I want to like authenticate the user, right? what are the
Yeah.
2 best wallets available right now for Bitcoin, right? To authenticate the user address and maybe even do payment.
Yeah, well, it depends on what kind of smart contract environment you want to get, right? Most of the Bitcoin sidechain L2s are the EVM environment. So it basically you can work with, for Bitlayer example, right? We work with pretty much MetaMask, all the kind of EVM wallets, OKX wallet. There's a lot of multi-chain, smart contract wallets, EOA wallets there. On the Bitcoin side, especially taproot asset taproot asset, type kind of wallets, Unisat and Experts are the 2, I would say, best user experience and the biggest user base. Yeah, we're working with a lot of them. Depends on what you're looking for, right? The wallets are basically kind of the gateway for Web3 users to tap into all kinds of use cases, right? We all know Web3, we don't use email and password for accounts, right?
Mm-hmm.
We use wallets for accounts. And most of those are EOA. And there's some account abstraction wallets like Particle Network, in Ethereum, the economy, and a few others as well, like OpenFort, a list goes on. It really, I think there's the UX UI that does matter. And also, that's definitely very important, but it's subjective, right? I think a lot of the EOA EVM wallets is getting very similar because there's like aligned use cases now, right? And a user experience now. So I find sometimes like OKX wallet is the best, but people prefer MetaMask as well on the EVM side. On the Bitcoin wallets, some people prefer Unisat, some people for the experts, some people prefer others. I'm happy to introduce these guys. They are all pretty standardized, not getting more and more standardized on the integration now with the API and so on. So again, depend on your use cases and depend on what kind of user you're looking for. There's always a way to engage those wallets, to do some campaigns and find some kind of incentive operational campaign to do some user acquisition.